and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It's Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, and the Colonel has the day off. I think he's up in the mountains somewhere. John, out of town. Who else was out of town? Everybody's out of town. And Dorothy, our station manager who fills in sometimes, she's out sick, so it's going to be a good morning for you. Let's see if I can pull off my solo again. It's been a while since I've done one. All right, we're being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream that's available to you from our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the page is where it's located on your mobile device. Fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan, LeaderMan all one word, into your search and will appear at the top. Now, if you just want an audio stream, that's pretty easy. You just go to your upper right-hand corner of our webpage at Talk97.3 FM, Talk 1041 FM, or WEEB 990. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once, and you're listening that quick. If you're on your mobile device, fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streamer. And when you do, put WEEB in the search, and we should appear in the top results that you get. All right, weather-wise for us today here in the Sand Hills area, well, we had a beautiful weekend. Can't complain about it, right? We're in the winter, and we haven't had one. I think we had, 3 or 4 cold days, and that's about it. Anyway, today a front comes through, and it'll chug around until about 10, 11, 12 this morning, and it'll be gone. And behind it, it's going to leave a high of 68 and a low of 37 overnight. Then for Tuesday, partly cloudy, high of 52. Guess what? Another chance of rain Tuesday night, 70% chance, and a low of 38. And then for Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain, high around 52. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are west at 2, gusting to 4. Don't get blown over out there. Pressure is 29.62, dew point 62. Humidity is 92%, and we have partly cloudy skies, 65 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, it is 7:33, and when I do a solo, I can't stop to wet your whistle a little bit. So you might hear me do that once in a while like that. All right. Of course, last night, Trump did his speech to close out the conservative show there in Florida, CPAP. And it was, he was an hour late starting, and then it ran about 2 hours. But it had a lot of content in it. One was, hey, you're going to be, we're going to win the presidency next time, and the guy at the top of the leaderboard will be Trump. And he also referred to his wife, the next first lady. So we'll see how it goes. Also, let's see. We did that already. All right, let's jump into sound bites this morning, shall we? First we gave you the best of all of them. So, but I didn't pick all this out, so don't hold me to task on this. Anyway, a plastic surgeon in California named Scott Green had a virtual court date for a traffic ticket last Thursday. And when he showed up for it, he was in the middle of an operation. He said it was fine because another surgeon was there helping him, but the judge said no way and rescheduled him for a different week. Here's how that little Zoom part of the message went.
Hello?
Are you available for trial? It kind of looks like you're in an operating room right now.
I am, sir. I'm in the operating room. Yes, I'm available for trial. Go right ahead.
So unless I'm mistaken, I'm seeing a defendant that's in the middle of an operating room appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient.
I have another surgeon right here who's doing the surgery with me, so I can stand here and allow them to do the surgery also.
Not at all. I don't think that's appropriate. I think I'm going to come up with a different date.
Right. What the judge wants, the judge gets. The life of virtual courtroom now. Now, what do? Do they stick the bailiffs at his house and grab him up if they find him guilty? Or they only do virtual with the misdemeanors that won't result in jail time? Or probably won't result in jail time. A 27-year-old woman from L.A. crashed her car into the front of a store in Miami Beach last week, almost crushed a woman, then casually gathered her belongings, and then left in another car. Cops caught up with her nearby, and she's facing hit-and-run charges. An excited tourist named Brian Frall got some of it on video because he videos all his life, and he is so interesting that he puts it all up there on YouTube. He also ID'd a woman for the police, then talked to the local news about it. Here's that clip.
Wow, this is like crazy. That lady right here, she could have died right here, this woman. Don't put your backpack on, man. You almost killed that homeless lady. I had to jump out of the way. The girl literally slammed right all the way down the street, dragged a tree down the road. I don't think I'll ever have a time in my life where I'll be able to take video from a cop car, IDing a suspect without also being arrested in handcuffs. It's like once in a lifetime.
Okay. Well, he's going to, you would think when the car crashed through the window, you'd be checking everybody around it to make sure they're okay, if you're okay. But no, we whip out our phone, gotta get it, only worried about the picture, so we can be a hit on YouTube and hopefully get, hopefully it will go viral. You'll never know. And it takes, nobody has the magic formula of what makes a viral video. Sometimes it just catches on in the right group and the way it goes. But most of the time it goes nowhere. But if you do get a crowd watching you every day, in the 50,000 range, then they'll start paying you for your share of the number of viewers that come online and watch it, because they'll pay you to also put they'll put advertising around it, of course, and then if you do endorsements on your show or whatever you're putting up there, then you might get some sponsorships. Okay, a Lowe's employee inhaled helium. We've all done this, and then used her pipsqueak voice on the store intercom. I don't know. This kind of sounds like any Lowe's I've walked in. You be the judge, though.
Can I get Patrick, the customer service, please? Patrick, the customer service. Thank you.
Didn't sound unusual to me. Not when I'm in Lowe's. All right. The best of the late night boys. The Colonel will have to listen remotely and virtually laugh for us wherever he's at. All right, best of the late night eunuch boys. Here we go.
The toy company Hasbro revealed plans for movies and TV shows based on some of their toys and even board games. Of course, Monopoly movie would be 8 hours long and end with the giant fight scene. So that's...
Now that Daft Punk are breaking up, they have to prove that they were ever together. Because all we ever saw was two helmets. This could be the dudes who recorded Get Lucky, or it could be Tim Allen and Kenny G. We just don't know.
Get this, everyone. I saw that Peeps is now offering new marshmallow-scented Easter grass. As in, my dog just ate a bag of marshmallow-scented Easter grass. What time can you take him?
The FDA has authorized a vaccine from New Jersey-based company Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson will now pair the vaccine with needles from New Jersey's #1 syringe supplier, The Beach.
All right. Didn't get a chuckle out of that one, so I'd say they failed. But we'll see. My voice sounds a little scratchy this morning. Is because I own a beagle. Those of you that own a beagle will know what I'm getting ready to talk about. Now, you get in a routine with them, and because you don't want to see them on the end of a leash every second of their life, but you want to keep them safe. So in high traffic areas, of course, you put them on a leash. If you're on your own property, which I got 8 acres, you can let them roam a little bit, and they get in the habit of coming back and staying on the property. Except once in a while, they go beagle on you. They smell some, or they see a rabbit, they're gone. But I have a beagle tracker on his neck, which tracks wherever he's at. And I get an update every 15 seconds. And I see the beagle's path, and he's going everywhere around the edge of that property. And it's dense woods back there. And then some underbrush, so it's not easy walking back there. But for a beagle, no problem. And he's going back and forth across the whole rear of the property. Then he wandered over to Knollwood and crossed the street. Didn't like that at all. And I went over to Knollwood to call him back. Of course, he didn't come to me when I called, but he did get back across the road. And then you yell. I got a loud voice when I yell. I mean, it's like a speaker on steroids. And you hear it echoing back to you big time. And the neighbors probably don't like it, but I'm going to get my beagle because he is my buddy. He comes to work every morning, and he plays by the rules. I mean, he's right behind me now, quiet as a mouse, and won't make a sound the whole program. My other dog, Nick, who's 16, he's getting his old dog aches and pains now, but we're going to tough it out until he tells me it's enough. But he still has a very healthy appetite. Wolfs down a big meal because I give him a half a chicken and 2 pads of Caesars because I'm trying to put fat on him or protein on him because the body gets real inefficient about storing protein, and it'll take it from itself before it stores it. But I give it so much, some of it has to make it through. Anyway, he's doing all right for a 16-year-old. He can see, he can hear, he can walk to a degree because he got sore from falling last week. I tell him over and over again, don't come down in my studio. Do not come down here. And I give him treats for staying up there. But then, all of a sudden, I hear a dog rolling down the steps. It's 5 steps. So it's not like a whole flight. But anyway, and they're carpeted. And he's rolled down them before, and that's why I insist he stay up there. And so he does for the most part, but once in a while, he's going to come down those stairs. He thinks he can do it. And, of course, right there on the first step, he'll lose it, and down he comes. And this last time he came down late last week, he stretched something. I checked him over, anything broken. But he's really favoring his front right leg a lot. So I'll be calling the vet this morning when I get off here, and he'll be going there for an exam. Did you have a great weekend? You know, we've rolled into another month, and it's called March.
Welcome to March. March is Adopt a Rescued Guinea Pig Month. It's also American Red Cross Month and Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month. and Brain Injury Awareness Month, and Clap for Health Month, and Credit Education Month, and Dolphin Awareness Month, Employee Spirit Month, International Ideas Month, Birth Month, and... Seriously? I'm not even halfway through this stinking list. How about Look It Up Yourself Month, or Sorry for Wasting Your Time Month?
Okay, that's enough.
Right. Last night with the Golden Globes, of course, I don't watch any of these award programs because you know how many they have every year? If you count them all up, it's over 360. That's almost one for every day of the year. Now, some of them don't have the big recognition that Golden Globes, Oscars, things like that. But they do take place, and they do give out awards, and they think the stars will show up, and they do. Because the stars, who are, first of all, way overpaid, I bet if the going rate for all the actors in this world was, say, $500,000 for a film for your top actors, and it never got into the millions, then they would do it for that. But in today's world, they can get sponsors to back things up and get into the movie business with their... That's why you see so many executive producers. Those are the people ponying up big bucks. And you can get those, a whole stable full of them, and that way they can drive the price up big time on the pay that they get. And everything they wear that night is somebody else. It's made by, Louis Vuitton. And they feel special. They get to wear an elegant dress that they don't have to pay for the night and have jewelry that's worth gazillions of dollars. And they wear that. Of course, the security man for those has got those things in his sights at all times. But they'll walk out on stage and, when they walk in on the red carpet, of course, they're going, I'm Louis Vuitton. And who is the necklace by? So-and-so and so-and-so. But it's a big night for them. So if you like watching the speeches like that they come out and give, where they thank everybody you've never heard of. But one of the favorite parts of past Golden Globe ceremonies has been the funny speeches. Sometimes funny people just don't deliver the way we think they will, as in this case last night.
And now the award for funny person, but with a horrible acceptance speech.
Jason Sudeikis.
Wow. All right. Boy. Okay. Yeah. I'd say that. That's nuts. Thank you. This is that's nuts. Especially that's crazy. Okay. All right. Wow. Well, here's what I'll say. I'll say this.
They say that's one of the worst speeches of the night. I'd say it's one of the best speeches. All right. There are other things happening in this world over the weekend, and we got them right now in the Not Headline News report.
This is not headline news. The Golden Globes were seen last night. Best example, Jamie Lee Curtis. The CEO of Live Nation says music festivals may return soon. It's been so long, most of us have forgotten what it's like to stand in a long line for a porta potty. A man in South Carolina tried to rob a bank by sending a note through the drive-through tube. They gave him the money without a hassle. But when he tried to send rolled coins, that's when they called the cops. Kelsey Grammer will star in a Frasier reboot for Paramount Plus, mostly because nobody wanted to see him in anything else. This is not headline news.
Today's show is brought to you by Netflix, who reminds you, when you see that spinning red circle and you think we're loading around 25%, it really means your Wi-Fi sucks. But that would just be rude to print on your screen.
Yeah. I had AT&T, which bought out DirecTV. I first, of course, like everybody else in the world, had cable. And then I cut the cable and went to the internet. Now, as more and more people do, it drives the price up. And it has gone up some. But still, it's a whole lot less than I would be paying on cable to get the same thing. Because you know how it is. You call them up and you don't need all these cartoon channels and cooking channel and all this stuff you're never going to watch. At least I won't. But they're included in the package, so they can give them a clip of your money and this one a clip of your money, and it just gets old. But what are you going to do? You take the package. Well, with other packages, like I use YouTube app to get all my news and ESPN and all that stuff. So that one costs the most because it has the most on it. And it's all the live programming. So last night, for all of you that looked at MSNBC and CNN to see Trump's speech, of course, because it was Trump, they wouldn't carry it. So you had to go to Fox to get it. Well, you can on these apps pretty quick. And they'll also do things like, okay, they'll put 2 of the news channels on one app or one package and the third one on another package. So you got to trade up to get all 3. They've done their science work and they know how to suck you in. Especially in the cable. And cable, goes out real easy. As long as you got internet, and that's still on the cable, you got TV. Or you can have a portable Wi-Fi that you can just hook up and run. But you got to know you're going to be downloading a gig an hour. And they charge by the gig. So $10 a gig after you use up your monthly. And one other thing, don't get fooled by these phone companies that say, unlimited downloading, no problem, come on over. You read that fine print they flash up there, just freeze your TV and read it. Well, it says the first 2 gigs are at normal speeds. After that, they may reduce your speed so that, they can accommodate bandwidth to other people while they get their 2 gigs. But they tell you on TV, 25 gigs or unlimited amount of space, just come and get it. But you're not getting that. Just remember, you can get what you pay for. And the internet's no exception. And there are some people on there that'll show you how to pirate some of these apps. Let me warn you, don't do that, because there's where you're going to get your viruses. If you're not extremely careful when you're going through those. And they design stuff so to make it look just like the company they're trying to steal from. And they'll grab a virus and put it in there. And all of a sudden, your whole computer is subject to a ransom, which will put a chill through you. And the ransom's always on your high end of what you can afford. Say $5,000. Who's got an extra $5,000 to toss toward a crook? And when you toss it, you'll do it in form of bitcoins or whatever way they're trading so they can't be traced. But once you've paid them, they may or may not send you the code to do it, to unlock everything. And then you got to figure out how to use that code. Because if you don't, you aren't unlocked and they got your money. And guess what? They don't have customer service. All righty. We did that, I think. What else we got? Okay. Somebody tried to troll a Starbucks barista by giving him a weird, almost impossible order. But the order was done as requested, and he called it out as written. You can listen to him do it here, because it was a ridiculous order.
I have a fancy cup of water, 11 degrees, extra ice, extra water, no foam, with room, flat lid, and upside down for...
Was that a Pee Wee Herman moment? Thank you for playing along. Lowe's employees, we did that. All right. Snarly, don't put it back up here. Here's one, a guy. Did I do this? I don't think so, no. Guy showed up for Zoom court date with no shirt on. That was over unpaid child support. And when he showed up shirtless, well, it didn't garner any favor from the judge.
You must be Michael Wright.
Yes, sir.
We give you the opportunity to go put some clothes on.
Yeah.
It appears the defendant has out of bed and appears to clothe himself. Mr. Wright?
Yes, sir.
Would be asking too much for you to be dressed when we have you come into court the next time?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
So he carried it over to another week so he'd get to make another appearance. You know, in today's world, I mean, the defendants show up like that all day long. Look like they scratched their head, rolled out of bed, and threw a T-shirt on, and away they go. Doing the absolute bare minimum that they have to do. A brother and sister from Boston are trying to get the word orbiscate. Let's see if I'm saying that right. Orbisculate. And they want to get it added to the dictionary in honor of their dad who died of COVID last year. He made it up a decade ago when the juice of a grapefruit or other citrus fruits squirt out and hit you in the face. They even made a website called Orbisculate. It's spelled Orbisculate. .com to promote it. Here are the two kids that, young adults, I should say, Hillary and Jonathan Kaiser, and they think it's got to be a good chance of making the dictionary if you can get people to use it in a movie, a book, or on radio.
Growing up, whenever an orange or grapefruit, sometimes a cherry tomato would squirt out juice and hit you in the face, that was the orange orbisculating on you.
And if you start using the word, the more people use it, the more likely it is to get in the dictionary.
So the word is orbisculate. Okay. Orbisculate.
Rain will stick around into this afternoon. It's going to be breezy at times, and our temperatures are going to top in the low to upper 60s, even the lower 70s, but that's going to happen early. As we head throughout the afternoon, temperatures will fall once the cold front moves through. We are looking at drier and cooler conditions tonight. Will fall into the mid-30s and lower 40s. Tomorrow will be chilly with highs in the low to mid-50s with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Breaking the silence he had maintained since leaving office, former President Trump slamming his White House successor.
Joe Biden has had the most disastrous first month of any president in modern history. That's true.
In a speech to conservatives, Trump dismissed rumors he would start a new political party and promised to strengthen and unite the GOP.
We stand up to political correctness, and we reject left-wing lunacy, and in particular, we reject cancel culture.
The former president also used his CPAC appearance to slam the Biden administration and call out by name Republicans who voted to impeach him for inciting the January 6th riot at the Capitol. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Close to 4 million doses of the newest COVID vaccine being shipped out as of this morning.
Johnson & Johnson will deliver about 16 million more doses by the end of March and 100 million total by the end of June. The shots are single dose and don't need to be stored in extra cold freezers. The White House is encouraging Americans to take the first shot available to them, regardless of manufacturer.
That's correspondent Julie Walker. Facing growing criticism from both sides of the political aisle, New York's Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo pledging to cooperate with an investigation by the state attorney general's office on the sexual harassment allegations against him. The allegations made by a couple of former Cuomo aides. Governor denies any wrongdoing. A lot of people dealing with a lot of water this morning. Flooding prompted by heavy weekend rains. It has closed numerous roads from Arkansas through parts of the mid-Atlantic region. Small streams and creeks have risen out of their banks. Many flash flood watches and warnings are up across a wide area. Stock futures are up on Wall Street. Dow futures ahead 310 points. NASDAQ futures up 147. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Excuse me. Why don't you have life insurance yet?
I've got diabetes, and I know the price will be through the roof with a pre-existing condition.
Well, actually, SelectQuote makes it easy to get very affordable life insurance, even if you have a health issue.
I'm listening.
You'll get quotes from some of the country's most trusted carriers. Even with your diabetes, you can get around $250,000 in insurance for as little as $1 a day.
That would be amazing. What's it called again?
SelectQuote. Just call or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote. Get the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call 1-800-694-1010 or go to selectquote.com today. That's 1-800-694-1010 or selectquote.com. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Get full details on example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Monthly premiums vary based on health, company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
A report by the U.S. government's Afghanistan watchdog concludes America has wasted billions in the war-torn country, spending on buildings and vehicles either abandoned or destroyed.
In the report, it says that $7.8 billion was spent on buildings and vehicles, and only $343 million worth of buildings and vehicles were actually maintained in good condition.
Correspondent Kathy Gannon in Islamabad.
You'd have a newly built school by some international aid organization, and then right next door, the U.S. aid money would be used to build another school. And instead of saying, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that, they went ahead and built the school because the contract had already been awarded, the decision had been made, and the money was allocated.
The U.S. has been involved in the war in Afghanistan for close to 20 years. News and analysis at townhall.com. Virginia could become the next state to legalize recreational marijuana. State lawmakers give final approval to a bill that would do just that.
Legalization won't occur until 2024, when retail sales of the drug would also begin. A compromise bill has cleared the State House and Senate. It now goes to the desk of Democratic Governor Ralph Northam. But groups that oppose this measure entirely say they're concerned this could cause an increase in drug-impaired driving crashes. Opponents also say this bill could spark an increase in marijuana use among youth.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu accusing Iran of attacking an Israeli-owned ship in the Gulf of Oman last week. Iran denying the charges. Netanyahu says it was indeed an act by Iran, that's clear, calling the Islamic Republic the greatest enemy of Israel. More on these stories at townhall.com.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Fast, fresh, and always great tasting. The Daily Combo Special from Honey Baked Ham for only $6.99. A terrific and tasty lunch sandwich from Honey Baked Ham, accompanied by a side and drink, only $6.99. Make it a Honey Baked Ham day with their $6.99 combo.
When you need a plumber to do it all, John Cole's Plumbing is the place to call. 639-4933, 639-4933. You know Big John Cole's a local guy. When you need a pro, he's the one to try. 639-4933. 639-4933. Repair it, replace it, he does it all. John Cole's Plumbing is the one to call. 639-4933.
Aberdeen Prescription Shop is now open to walk in the shop, and the drive-through window and free delivery is still available. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com and click on mobile for the free app, or call 944-1313. Aberdeen Prescription Shop in the Town and Country Shopping Center on US 1. Now open for walk-ins, and wear your mask.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Some things just go together, like bread and butter, blue jeans and Saturdays, best friends and phone calls. And a great match? You and discounts from Erie Insurance. It's like this. Safety features in your car will have you paying less for your auto insurance. And pay off your Erie auto policy all at once, and you'll save up to 7% more. On your homeowner's policy, you earn discounts that start at age 46 and go up each time you celebrate a birthday. There are more discounts, too, for things like home safety features and even teenage drivers. And the savings keep adding up. When you have your auto and home covered with Erie, you get a discount. Buy a life policy with us, and the savings can get even better. At Erie Insurance, above all in service means making life a little easier on you and on your wallet. Your Erie agent in Moore County is Carthage Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 910-947-2957.
Discount terms and amounts may vary by state. See your local Erie agent for details.
My name is Tony Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the third generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound, or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, 42 years. And they run a good business and they're good people.
I came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back and picked it up and brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
Dale, how are things at Knollwood Fairways and Midland Country Club this year?
Well, Stuart, you know our motto is 9 is fine. Knollwood and Midland are the only 2 9-hole golf courses in the Sandhills that are available to all golfers every day. And our all-grass practice tee at Knollwood continues to be very popular.
Do you give golf lessons at Knollwood?
Absolutely, Stuart. Our instruction and club fitting program with our 4 PGA professionals continues to grow every year. We love to teach all golfers, beginners, juniors, seniors, and ladies. Go to our website, knollwood-midland.com, to see what we offer. Our prepaid golf rounds and range balls are always popular. Plus, we have instructional packages, club fitting sessions, and a fully stocked golf shop. Knollwood and Midland is the place where quality and affordability meet.
At CN News, I'm Mike Riley. Health officials say some people aren't getting their second doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, which could cause problems for them and for the vaccination clinics. Lisa Harris, interim health director at Rowan County, tells WSOC.
You're not going to waste vaccine for any reason. So we have seen a decrease in the number of folks who come back to get their second doses.
The first doses of Johnson & Johnson's one and done vaccine are ready to be shipped. CBS's Errol Burnett is in Louisville and tells us
Their liveries are likely to arrive there.
UPS is telling CBS News it will take roughly 20 hours for those packages to be handled here, handed over to the states, before it gets to locations where you all can get a shot. So we're looking at early Tuesday morning.
Doses are headed to North Carolina, too. Former President Donald Trump made his first public appearance since leaving office. The 45th president headlined the Conservative Political Action Conference in Orlando, Florida. CBS News political analyst Leonard Steinhorn says,
"It's clear that Donald Trump is still fighting the 2020 campaign. He continues to falsely claim he won the election. He continues to repeat lies, conspiracy theories, and manufactured fake evidence that have no grounding in fact."
Every 10 years, states use a census to redraw congressional and state legislative districts, but delays in the release of the 2020 census data because of the pandemic have some experts worried that could lead to more lawsuits and more attempts to create maps with partisan advantage. Bob Phillips of Common Cause, North Carolina, says,
"There is an awareness here in the state, I think even more so than many other places, about the problem we have with drawing maps. Maybe not everybody across our state knows exactly what gerrymandering is, but they do know that something is not right."
Firefighters in Charlotte say a fatal house fire was intentionally set over the weekend. What person was killed? You're listening to NCN News.
America means innovation, where new ideas are born, tested, and brought to the world.
America means determination, the grit, hustle, and hard work that built our country.
America means opportunity, where tomorrow has a chance to be better than today.
And America means home.
We've weathered a lot, and we've been told how divided we are.
But we're coming through it together.
By pushing forward together, we can thrive.
That starts by rebuilding America's infrastructure, our power generation, food production, manufacturing, and transportation networks.
Which means hundreds of thousands of new jobs across the country.
It's an investment in our communities.
In roads, bridges, cleaner air and water.
It's an investment in economic freedom and the promise of success for generations to come.
It's an investment in us.
It's going to take hard work, but we can get there.
And we'll be stronger for it.
Because America means business.
Let's get America back to work.
Let's invest in North Carolina.
Let's invest in us. Learn more at let'sinvestinus.com. Paid for by Citizens for Responsible Energy Solutions Forum.
Pressure is mounting for an independent probe of New York's governor after a second woman made sexual harassment allegations against him. WCBS reporter Steve Burns has more.
Top Democrats, including President Biden, Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand, and New York Mayor Bill de Blasio are all calling for an investigation into New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Local lawmakers like State Senator Jessica Ramos, also a Democrat, agree.
The governor needs to stay far, far away from this investigation.
Cuomo's office is trying to negotiate, first appointing its own lead investigator before backing down. A handful of lawmakers are calling for his resignation.
We'll have to see if other women are brave enough to step forward.
Steve Burns for CBS News, New York.
Wake Forest University has suspended a student organization after the floor partially collapsed during an off-campus gathering at a private residence. A statement from the university says the group is under an interim suspension while the incident from Saturday is investigated. This weekend was the first time many businesses in North Carolina were able to operate under new, looser COVID-19 restrictions. Adam Hendrick, a manager at Parliament Bar in Raleigh, told CBS 17 he's glad to have the doors of his bar open for business once again.
We've been waiting for this since March 17th of last year, and, have been through a lot of tough times.
A hobbyist with a metal detector has made a spectacular find.
Jay Cornick was running his metal detector along a beach on the British Isle of Jersey when he spotted something glinting at the tide line. It was a copper spearhead. It was in such good condition that Cornick assumed it was a modern fishing spear until local archaeologists told him it's more than 3,000 years old. They're calling it one of the most spectacular Bronze Age weapons ever found in Northern Europe.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Rain will stick around into this afternoon. It's going to be breezy at times, and our temperatures are going to top in the low to upper 60s, even the lower 70s, but that's going to happen early. As we head throughout the afternoon, temperatures will fall once the cold front moves through. We are looking at drier and cooler conditions tonight. Will fall into the mid-30s and lower 40s. Tomorrow will be chilly with highs in the low to mid-50s with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area,
We have partly cloudy skies, 65 degrees, humidity 92%, 2.62, pressure 29.63, and winds west-southwest at 2, gusting to 3. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday. A Robbins man with a criminal history was arrested Friday and faces several drug charges in Moore County District Court next week. In the news advisory from the Sheriff's Office, they announced that Nathaniel Rush, 27, was jailed under a $100,000 secured bond at the detention center. Deputies with the Moore County Sheriff's Office arrested Nathaniel Lynn Rush with an outstanding drug warrant. A home was destroyed by fire Sunday evening just off Arrow Road in Southern Pines Sunday evening. Off-duty Cypress Point fire members were traveling south on U.S. Highway 1, and off-duty Southern Pines member were heading north when, at nearly the same point on the highway, they smelled smoke and located the home on fire and immediately called for help. The single-story residence had flames showing when the fire crew arrived on scene. There were vehicles in the yard, and it's unknown initially if anyone was at home. After a sweep of the home, firefighters were able to determine no one was in the house. The residents of the home was actually a patient at the hospital when the blaze broke out. An arrest has been made after a Moore County deputy obtained a search warrant for a home in the 2400 block of North Howard's Mill Road in Robbins on Friday. In a news advisory, the Sheriff's Office search warrant was executed at the conclusion of a drug investigation which resulted in methamphetamines, marijuana, oxycodone pills, $524 in cash, and drug paraphernalia. Bradley Wilson, 48, of Robbins, was jailed under a $100,000 bond. And North Carolina Civil Rights Group reached a deal with prison officials to offer an early release of at least 3,500 people in state custody. The state conference of the NAACP and American Civil Liberties Union argued that conditions at state prisons amid the coronavirus pandemic were unconstitutional. If the settlement is approved, the state will have 3 months to release 1,500 inmates and 3 more months to release an additional 2,000. At least 47 inmates have died of coronavirus. State data shows that nearly 10,000 prisoners have tested positive for the virus to date. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 7:18, time for sports. That's next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and WEEB990.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. William Byron has given NASCAR its third surprise winner in as many weeks.
William Byron drove away from the field by 2.7 seconds at Homestead Miami Speedway to take home his first checkered flag of the 2021 NASCAR season. Byron dominated for most of the race, leading 102 of 267 laps.
It's going to be fun this year. I think I spent kind of a lot of my Cup Series career kind of on the bubble of the playoffs, and now I don't have to worry about that.
And at one point, he had a 7-second lead, but in the closing laps, it was getting tight as Tyler Reddick came from 8th in the final stage to finish 2nd.
When you see how much faster you're running than the guys in front of you, you know you're running out of time. It gets frustrating. It's really easy to go back and look at one or two things that would have changed the outcome.
Reddick was running a full half-second faster than the leader when the checkered flag fell and needed just a few more laps to catch Byron. I'm Jerry Jordan.
ACC College Hoops last night. DJ Funderburk dunked after Cam Hayes stole and tried to slow down a pit rally and swung some late momentum to bring NC State into a 65-62 win last night at PNC Arena. Funderburk finished with 13 points in a balanced NC State offensive attack. Jericho Helms notched his second double-double with 15 points and 10 boards, while Braxton Beverly added 14 points and Manny Bates added 10 with 6 block shots. Number 2, NC State women held off Syracuse 68-61 for their 5th consecutive win. The women won their last 4 against the Orange and handed Syracuse their first loss of the season in the Carrier Dome. On the pro court, LeBron James scored 19 points in his 1,300th regular season appearance as the Lakers routed the Golden State Warriors 117-91. Giannis Antetokounmpo poured in 36, and the Milwaukee Bucks closed on a 9-0 run to earn their 5th straight win since a 5-game skid. They were winners last night over the Clippers, 105-100. This is NCN Sports.
If you work in the construction industry, good communication plays an important role in helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19 on your worksite. Always follow and share your company's safety procedures. Anytime you have questions or if you see safety protocol not being followed, speak up. Together, we can help prevent the spread of COVID-19. To learn more about COVID-19 best safety practices, visit ncunitedagainstthevirus.org. That's ncunitedagainstthevirus.org. Construction, we're built for safety.
Are you looking for something unusual or hard to find? You might just find it on highbid.com. It's the online auction site for, well, just about everything. Highbid.com has estate sales, closeouts, liquidations, even government-seized vehicle auctions. It's easy to bid on office furniture, antiques, sports memorabilia, restaurant equipment, motorboats, even arcade games. You can search for items by name or simply see where the next page takes you. Visit highbid.com. That's HIBID.com and find out what you're looking for today.
NC State played in front of about 500 student, staff, and Wolfpack club members at PNC Arena yesterday during their win against Pittsburgh. It was the first time that fans were allowed in the stands since the start of the pandemic, with the exception of parents. Governor Cooper's latest executive order allows arenas like PNC to operate at 15% capacity, and Thursday will be the first time that fans will be allowed to watch NHL hockey at PNC Arena when the Canes take on Detroit. Canes president and GM Don Waddell says they prepped the facility to ensure health and safety protocols will be followed.
It's very important that we do this right. I'm not worried about the cost of doing it right. I'm worried about doing it right, because once we prove that we can do it right, then we have the opportunity to expand in our capacity, and that's what we all want to get to.
About 2,800 fans will be allowed for the Thursday game, again, between the Hurricanes and the Detroit Red Wings. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
I'm Steve Leader Adams, and welcome to another edition of Talk Radio Advertising 101 for Businesses. When you're driving in your car listening to a music station, well, the music tends to be a background service. Don't believe me? Can you name the last 3 songs or commercials you heard? Usually when commercials come on a music station, the listener changes to a station to a program like Rush Limbaugh. They are in the pay attention mode and will sit through the commercials in order to continue to listen to Rush. This is why talk radio advertising is so effective. Plus, it can complement all your other forms of advertising. So when a listener sees your ad somewhere else, they're more likely to look at that ad since talk radio made them familiar with your company. This helps your company to rise above the competition. Want more information? Call us here at WEEB at 692-7440 and let us help you rise above your competition.
Neck, shoulder, or back pain can be downright debilitating. If you have those issues, you are the better way. I'm talking about chiropractic, a healing art that's also science. Dr. Sharon Wright of Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes invites you to come in for a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
This time of year, it's hard to know whether to put on a coat or short sleeves, not to mention whether to use the heat or AC. But one thing that is predictable is you absolutely need to service your heating and air system to avoid costly repairs or replacements down the road. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air to schedule your service checkup before the winter gets here and it becomes an emergency. Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. Call 235-0606. That's 235-0606.
Hey, all you cigar smokers, this is Steve from the Smoke Inn in Southern Pines, and I'm back from sunny and warm Florida. I know what you're thinking. While you were all dealing with the cold and the rain, all I was doing in Florida was working on my tan and playing golf. Guess what? You're right, I was. So after playing golf 5 days a week and smoking cigars, it suddenly hit me, the high cost of cigars. They keep going up, which means you, my customers, have to pay more. So while smoking more cigars along with my favorite bourbon, I lost my mind and decided to offer my own COVID stimulus package. I've lowered all the prices on every cigar in the humidor. That's right, every cigar, even the bundle cigars. Joe Biden and the Democrats have nothing on the smoke in when it comes to cutting costs and stimulating sales. So what are you waiting for? A third round of stimulus? The next election? Or worse yet, another impeachment? Get on down to the Smoke Inn in Southern Pines for a great place to buy a cigar, smoke a cigar, and meet cigar smokers just like yourself. The Smoke Inn, where the customer comes first.
This is Dr. Terry Ann Sams of Sandhills Weekend Dental. I know some of you are overdue for a cleaning and checkup, and we are excited to welcome a new dental hygienist to our team. Her name is Katie. I can't wait for you to meet her. Give us a call. We are here Wednesdays through Saturdays at 910-687-4423 or visit sandhillsweekenddental.com, 910-687-4423.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is brought to you by Quality Built Homes, the Sandhills' #1 home builder, developer, and remodeler. With over 1,500 homes built in Moore County, we earn our name every day. Quality Built Homes, 910-944-7453.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Did you ever wonder what happened to all those kids who were never punished by their parents? The ones who got to play on every team. And when the season was over, they got a trophy, and they actually thought they deserved that trophy. Well, I found these kids. They're all grown up. And some of them are running Portland, Oregon. Portland used to be one of my favorite cities until these little sissies grew up and took it over. Saturday, rioters were at it again. They smashed windows in places like Starbucks, Chipotle, a bank or two, and even the Urban Pantry. They wrote profanity-laced slogans all over the place. They did this to a lot more places than I just named. The news said there were about 150 protesters, and this has been going on for months. There were 2 arrests made Saturday, and the police warned they may arrest more. That's kind of a way of saying, stop it, I mean it. Okay, 1, 2, 150 rioters, and they're being allowed to ruin the city with over 2 million people. You want to stop that? You find the kids who were actually raised understanding personal responsibility. Put them on that council. Make them the chiefs of police and mayors. Arrest all 150 of those troublemakers. Do it in full compliance with existing laws. People have a right to actually be safe in their streets and their homes and their businesses. It's time to legally take our nation back. Do not be afraid. Have a good day. From the Zumwalt Zone.
Rain will stick around into this afternoon. It's going to be breezy at times, and our temperatures are going to top in the low to upper 60s, even the lower 70s, but that's going to happen early. As we hit throughout the afternoon, temperatures will fall once the cold front moves through. We are looking at drier and cooler conditions tonight. Will fall into the mid-30s and lower 40s. Tomorrow will be chilly with highs in the low to mid-50s with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at Talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us. Morning sunshine.
What's so good about it?
Today is National Peanut Butter Lovers Day.
Peanut butter?
Oh, yeah, I love peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
I don't like it.
Oh, that is sticky and delicious.
I love it.
Some people like chunky peanut butter.
Chunky.
Some like smooth.
It is National Peanut Butter Lovers Day. Buckle up. Spread it on. It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams. The Colonel is off today. He'll be back tomorrow. John was out of town, so I couldn't get him. Dorothy, who our office manager here, is sick, so couldn't get her. So here I am doing the solo. Made it 1 hour. We'll try to make it this hour too. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's up and running at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Sometimes you're doing one thing and saying another. I'm just saying it out of habit, and I get where I'm at. Top middle of the page is where the links is located. If you're on a mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in there. If you are just looking at audio stream from a mobile device, fire up a streaming app, such as TuneIn, iTunes to stream them. And put WEEB in the search. And if you're on our website, just go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages where the icon says, on the air, listen live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. Speaking of weather, look for mostly cloudy today. Showers likely. They should be stopping latter part of the morning. Look for a high today of 67. Then tonight, the temperature during the day will just start to fall until it gets down to about 37. Will be partly cloudy, 37 by tonight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, cooler, high of 52. Tomorrow night, rain, low of 38. Wednesday, rain, high of 52. Sunshine, back on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday with highs in the 50s. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are west at 1. Pressure's 2965, dew point 62, humidity 91%. It is cloudy and 66 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:32 past the hour on this Monday morning. Like I said, everybody's off or out of town or something. And hopefully most of them will be back tomorrow. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll be doing another solo, but I don't think it's going to come to that. Let's see here. What are we going to do next? Snurtley. Did I put it over there? No, I couldn't have. Here it is. You got to remember, I got two computers rolling here, and we're transferring one to the other, and we're trying to get it all over there. But I haven't got it all over there yet, so I have to go between the two to get all my sounds and everything else plugged in right. Oh, great. Now you're going to have trouble. You wait till we got a live broadcast on, and then you got a problem bringing it up. All you want is your thing to play, and of course it doesn't want to play with you. Okay. No, that ain't what I wanted either. It's right there, stupid. Get it. Okay, we got it. Now we can play radio. They're going to do a few rim shots for you right quick and see how that goes. If I can put that right there, we'll be in good shape. Okie dokie. On that computer. All right. Unlike all previous years, the Golden Globes was done remotely last night, but just like previous years, I totally ignored it like you. There were some technical glitches with the sound dropping out. Sadly, that wasn't the case for the comedy bit with Kenan Thompson and Maya Rudolph. See that? That was totally not funny. A Superman reboot is in the works, as is a reboot of the Superman reboot, and also a reboot of the Superman reboot. I hope you got all that. Kelsey Grammer will star in a Frasier reboot for Paramount Plus. That's another thing that irritates me. Now, Paramount Plus is owned by CBS. So if you go and you buy into the CBS, what do they call it? CBS All Pass. supposedly that gets you into anything that CBS is in. But it doesn't. No, they got another pay window now coming up here. It's going to be Paramount Plus. I think if you got CBS, you ought to be able to get that. Should just be part of CBS. Maybe you can buy it separately, but no. I know you can buy it separately, but it didn't write to those that have CBS All Access is what it's called. Anyway, Kelsey Grammer will star in a Frasier reboot for Paramount Plus, mostly because nobody wants to see him in anything else. A group is offering $250,000 to anyone who can prove that they have actual superpowers. This morning, I plugged in my USB charger in the right way on the first try. Is being surprisingly dense a superpower? My superpower is that I make objects disappear instantly. Those objects include pizza, cheeseburger, donuts, potato chips, cookies, etc. That's right. A man in South Carolina tried to rob a bank by sending a note through the drive-through tube, and then to show them he was serious, he sent his gun through there. They gave him the money without a hassle, but when he tried to send over rolled coins, they called the cops at that point. Much too much. What else we got? An 88-year-old man in France was clocked at 119. An 88-year-old man in France was clocked at 119 miles per hour trying to make his vaccine appointment. Even more impressive, he was on foot. An L.A. man was reunited with his cat that went missing 15 years ago. The man greeted the cat with a tearful embrace, and the cat, as expected, greeted the man with complete and total apathy. And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is facing more sexual harassment allegations. You know, it's getting so bad, Dr. Fauci held a press conference to remind women to stay at least 6 feet away from this guy. To hear absolutely nothing more about it, you can always tune in to CNN. Isn't that right? Okie dokie. Let's try something else here. Get my sound bites back. We didn't get through all those last hour. All right, talking about those superpowers thing. A group called the Center for Inquiry. Let me play a little background music for this. A group called the Center for Inquiry is running a contest where you'll win $250,000 if you can prove you have a superpower. So far, tons of people have applied, but no one has been able to prove their ability. If they come up with one, I'd like to hear it. I don't know. Some people can tell you what day it was 30 years ago on you give them a date, they can tell you what day of the week it was, you know, forever back. Because they just remember. They can tell you what they wore that day also. Can you? It's in your brain somewhere. Can you retrieve it? If you ever used Windows XP, you'll remember the default wallpaper of green, rolling hills with a bright blue sky. Because it was on so many computers, it was one of the most viewed photos of all time. So a reporter in San Francisco tracked down the exact spot where it was taken. It's in Sonoma, California, and the entire hill is part of the vineyard now. And you remember the XP boot up sound? Okay, then you're ready to go to work. We did all that. All right, a guy calling himself the COVID Bandit recently walked into a restaurant in Denver and left $6,800 in the tip. That was $200 for each of the 34 employees. Here's one of the workers talking about the windfall there.
Goes so much further than just the dollars in your hand. You know, it really did just lift like a little bit of stress off everyone's shoulders for, a little bit, and just like little restoration of faith in humanity.
All right. So nice story there. If you didn't watch the Golden Globes last night, I got a montage for you that will put it all out there and save you, 3 hours of television.
Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah.
For Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series, Catherine O'Hara.
Best TV Series, Musical or Comedy.
Best Animated Motion Picture.
Best Performance by an Actor in a Limited Series, Mark Ruffalo.
Best Screenplay Motion Picture, Aaron Sorkin, The Trial of the Chicago Seven.
Best Performance by an Actress, Drama.
Emma Corrin, The Crown.
Josh O'Connor, The Crown.
Best Television Series, Drama, The Crown.
Best Supporting Actress, Jodie Foster.
Best Actress in a Supporting Television Role, Gillian Anderson.
Actress in a Limited Series, Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit. Best Television Limited Series, Queen's Gambit.
Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, Chadwick Boseman. Ma Rainey's Godfather.
Best Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy.
Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso.
Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Rosamund Pike, I Care a Lot.
Musicals and Comedy. Borat, subsequent movie film.
Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat, subsequent movie film.
Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Drama. Andra Day.
Best Motion Picture Director, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland.
Best Motion Picture Drama,
Nomadland.
All righty. So now you're up to date on what happened at the Golden Globes. So you can impress your friends with all the massive knowledge that you have on that.
And now it's time for Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Or BS.
Well, actually, that wasn't the one I wanted. So kill that. We got it, but I'll do it in a second. All right, let's do this.
And now it's time for
Random Facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, we're kind of bending random facts today, and we're going to tell you five things to look forward to in March. Number one, daylight saving time starts this month. We spring forward on March 14th. So the days will start feeling a little longer, but in a good way. And after some crazy late winter weather, the first day of spring is coming up on the 20th. Number two, the first March Madness in 2 years gets started March 18th and runs through April 5th. Last year, it got canceled because of COVID. It's the only time that's ever happened since the tournament started in 1939. The Golden Globes were last night, but they still got the Grammy Awards in 2 weeks on March 14th. That's the day we jump forward in time. Then the Oscars nominees are announced a day later. Some big shows are coming back this month. The Voice returns tonight. Good Girls this Sunday. The Masked Singer next Wednesday. Grey's Anatomy next Thursday. Keeping Up with the Kardashians on the 18th. And also Godzilla vs. Kong movie hits theaters and HBO Max March 31st. And finally, the holidays. The big ones are St. Patrick's Day on the 17th and Passover, which starts March 27th. We've also got some lesser known holidays coming up, like National Cereal Day, Ranch Dressing Day, National Napping Day, Crunchy Taco Day, National Puppy Day, and International Waffle Day. So that's your random facts for today. Now, we'll do a little yes or BS solo style this morning. Try to pull this off so it sounds halfway decent. So go.
And now it's time for Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Or BS.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Did I say another round of Little facts for today. It should have been yes or BS. Let's see here. Yes or BS. Let's get it back up here, Stephen, so you can do this thing. All right. We'll give you a statement, and you decide why yes is true or no is total BS. I have no partner here today, so you're going to have to do it yourself. It's National Peanut Butter Day, or Peanut Butter Lovers Day. So that's the topic. Peanuts grow underground. Well, we all know that's yes. That's why we're technically, okay, never mind. It takes 540 peanuts to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. 540 peanuts. And that is why, yes, it does. That's according to the National Peanut Board. Anything labeled peanut butter has to be at least 90% peanuts. What else would be in there? There are 32 cities in the U.S. with peanut in their name. 32 cities. And that's BS. There are 6, though. Peanut, California, Tennessee, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Upper Peanut in Pennsylvania, and Lower Peanut also in Pennsylvania. And let's see. Peanut butter was originally sold as a peanut substitute for people with no teeth. That is true. A year after it was invented in 1894, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, yes, that Kellogg, tried to market it as a good source of protein for toothless people. And the record for the furthest a peanut has ever been thrown is just over 124 feet. Actually, is that true? Yes, of course it is. It's 124 feet and 4 inches. A guy in the UK did it in 2008, and it still stands. I wonder what kind of peanut he threw. Would it have been a big one or a small one with less air resistance? Who knows? Sometimes the big ones go further than the small ones, simply because you can heave it better, I guess. Alrighty. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, yeah. Things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid. All right. First, let me get to it real fast. All right. The federal income tax takes effect according to the 16th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution on this day back in 1913. Said it would never go above 3%. They lied. Other things we need to know today, March 1st was New Year's Day until 154 BC, according to the Roman calendar. So if you see some hungover Romans running around today, well, you'll know why. In 1781, the Articles of Confederation were adopted by the Continental Congress. It was during the Continental Breakfast, I'm sure. In 1864, a patent was issued for a movie projector. That was the same day the inventor also received a patent for $10 popcorn. It was on this day back in 1872 Congress authorized the creation of Yellowstone National Park. Frankly, how could you not? On this day in 1912, Albert Berry made the first parachute jump over Jefferson, Missouri. Needless to say, Jefferson was startled. Yeah, imagine you being the first one to do that parachute drop. I guess they would, didn't they do it with the parachute underneath the hot air balloon, and it was already deployed before they released from the hot air balloon. So let's see. The first radio FM station went on the air on this day in 1941, before AM was cool. The very first Kmart opened on this day in 1962. Some other things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. The FBI is looking into whether a kidnapping of Lady Gaga's dogs were politically motivated after she sang at Joe Biden's inauguration. By the way, she did get her dogs back. No mention on whether they found the criminals or not. Peter Gotti also died in prison, once the head of the Gambino family, after taking over for his brother John. He was 81. Kanye West spent $13.2 million, including $12 million of his own money for his 2020 presidential campaign. Tom Brady is expected to be sidelined for several months after undergoing surgery on his left knee. I think that was to get him out of all that summer practice. Because down there in Florida, in the summer, you will sweat. And you will get bit by mosquitoes. Because it's like at night there, the gates open and here they come. If you don't sit on a property that's been sprayed, you're going to get bit a lot. And if you do sit on the property that's been sprayed, do you really know what it was sprayed with? The NHS has urged Gwyneth Paltrow to stop promoting misinformation after she suggested that long COVID is treatable with intuitive fasting, herbal cocktails, and visits to an infrared sauna. Mm-hmm. Israel started requiring a green mark on your passport that lets them know you've been vaccinated before you enter their country. What if you haven't been vaccinated, but you test negative? Not everybody believes in getting that vaccine. And you may say to yourself, why not? What's the harm? All right, think about it. I said this last week after Jeff said it to me. When they give you that vaccine, it's not really a vaccine because there's no dead virus in it or anything like that. There's no virus in it at all. This thing binds to one of your DNA pieces in there and changes it to fight off the COVID. And it does that in every single cell in your body. So do you really want to trust a vaccine that changes your DNA and who you are and how everything functions in your body or not? You be the judge. Chelsea Handler celebrated her 46th birthday in a rather unusual way. Yeah, going snow skiing naked. Snow skiing naked. You know, when she does her comedy stand-up act, she walks out on the stage, and a big old picture of her breasts and from the waist up, I guess it is out there on the big screen behind her. She sure must be proud. I don't know. That vehicle Tiger Woods crashed in was a Genesis GV80. That's Hyundai's upper-end brand. Well, give him credit. He survived a massive crash. Let's see. Bud Light Seltzer is going to come in 4 summer flavors this year. Watermelon Mojito, a tart classic margarita, a sweet mango Mai Tai, and a smooth strawberry daiquiri. The governor of Alaska has tested positive for COVID-19. Just so you know, don't go visit the governor of Alaska. The episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who that airs over the weekend included an animated guest appearance from Axl Rose. While Garth Brooks' wife, Trisha Yearwood, does have COVID-19, so far he's tested negative. Best Buy says it laid off 5,000 employees in February and is planning to close some of their stores. Not a good sign. This Thursday, when Paramount Plus begins streaming, because you need one more streaming service, right? The German radio host is apologizing after comparing popular South Korea K-pop band BTS to the coronavirus, saying his choice of words had gone too far but was in no way meant to be hurtful or racist. All right, if they say so. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the land, but has the most of this. What is it? Rhode Island is the smallest state in the land, but has the most of this. What is it? Letters in its name. The official name of Rhode Island is the state of Rhode Island. From a Did You Know category, 20% of couples who sleep in separate bedrooms say they do it because one wakes up too early. If this is an average day for you, you'll complain about something more than 20 times. When asked the question if you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Most people said pizza. Nearly 15% of employees say working for a younger boss makes them unforgettable at work. 41% of guys say they're scared of going bald. Well, yeah. 6%, I bet it's more than 41%, especially the older they get. 6% have broken up with someone over a Facebook post. And a survey shows that it's been at least 9 years since the average person has ridden a bicycle. No, the exercise bike doesn't count. About 1 in 3 wives wish their husbands would hold their hand more often. And men are 75% more likely to get angry while watching sports than women. And one last thing, you can get a McDonald's Gold Card that entitles you to a free food for life. Amongst the members of the very exclusive club are, well, 2 people who don't need the card, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Here's Bill Gates talking about all that global warming crap. Got him a free pass to McDonald's. Like he needs it. That's probably why they give it out to the richest man in the world, because it probably won't ever get used. Warren Buffett, he's not the richest, but he still falls in the category of he doesn't need it. But there you go. Let's see how much time I got. Well, we can do it. Top Mr. Potato Head tweets. I didn't choose the Spud life. The Spud life chose me. My parents never forced a gender on me. They just put a mustache in front of me and let it be my decision. Me, the My Pillow guy, Tom Selleck, Geraldo Mustache Club. Let's see. One more. I thought the only way a guy could lose his nads is to get married. You'll have to decide that one. All right, so it goes for this Monday. Have yourself a great, safe day. Everybody will be back tomorrow, including the Colonel. You're saying, thank goodness. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on this station, because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Not only do they support us, they support our community. So give them first crack at your spending dollars, and please tell them that WEEB sent you, because that will help us. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the LeaderMan. And Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you at 2 this afternoon at the sunny, we'll see what it is. Should be sunny by then. Dog Park.